Hello, friends and strangers. Ian here again with the Lehigh Gap Nature Center. Got another video coming at you from sunny and pretty warm York, Pennsylvania, where I live. I'm sitting here thinking about skunk cabbage and eastern hemlocks and uh, bunny rabbits and green week and drinking my distilled white vinegar as one does on a relatively warm day in Pennsylvania and I started thinking, you know, this is a lot of plastic to just toss in the recycling bin or you know throw away. I think it's recyclable to toss in the recycling bin and I'd rather do something greener with it, something cooler. And then I kind of remembered making some fun little pots for plants with my roommates. So today we're gonna turn this bad boy into a pot for a plant. So if you want to join along, follow the instructions on the video. All you'll need is something this size or smaller. This is bigger than my head, so it doesn't have to be a canister this large. You can use a plastic water bottle or a peanut butter jar, or plastic's a little easier to work with for this. You'll just need that plastic material for the pot, a pair of scissors. Some optional materials include a nail if you have one, or an X-Acto knife or a pocket knife. So, yeah, transition now to the instructions. So I've got my future pot here, and it's gonna be real tough to fill it with dirt right there and put all dirt in and then put the seed in, and then the seed's not really gonna grow that well, and so we got to do something a little different. We're gonna cut from this little line. I don't know if you can see it too well, but there's a little line there where the nozzle becomes narrower on the top of the bottle. So you can use a pair of scissors to make the initial incision. I'm going to use my pocket knife just because it's a little bit easier to handle. So just make the first little cut right in there, and then try to keep the scissors going as evenly as possible, because as you cut around the edge, the plastic can become jagged, and that's not fun when you're trying to handle it. You can cut your fingers open, and you just got to be careful with it. So there we go. Fit a lot of plants in this soon. So here we got our future pot. Flip that bad boy over, and my current pot with some sunflowers, some of which are not doing too great, but that's okay. But there's something about pots that's really special. I don't know if you've ever noticed, but they've got this little, oh, wait, see it better right there. They got that little hole on the bottom, and that is for drainage, because if the water stays in the soil too long, it can get the roots all nasty, and then the plant won't be as healthy. So all we're going to do now is give our future pot here a few more holes. You can use scissors. This is where the nail might come in handy if you would rather use that. This step is pretty hazardous, so to avoid, hurting yourself, you put this finger on the top side of the blade here, and then this finger on the top side of this blade. You can open it up a little bit more. I don't know if you can really see right there. So that way, when you're puncturing the bottom like that, in case your hand slips, you're not gonna, chop your fingers off or cut your hands or anything. So here's two of our holes. We're gonna just we'll do like 4 or 5. Quick word of advice before we fill our new holy pot with soil and seeds. This is going to be a pot that functions better outside than inside because of these holes. Unless you're putting a towel underneath it or something to catch the water if you overwater it, or the soil that might leak out over time, you'll have a mess inside. So this would be good as the weather gets warmer to have for outdoor plants, but these holes are optional depending on how long you have the plant growing in here for before you transplant it to the ground or in your garden or something. You know, the sort of root rot won't really take hold if it's only in there for 2 or 3 weeks or so. So yeah, just quick disclaimer.